Students, today we are going to discuss the parts of a cell. A cell consists of a living protoplasm surrounded by the cell membrane, and protoplasm consists of cytoplasm and nucleus. So let us study about the cell organelles present inside the cytoplasm and the different parts of the cell. So first is cell membrane. Cell membrane is the outer covering of the cell. All cells are bounded by a membrane known as cell membrane or plasma membrane, and it surrounds its inner gel-like material known as protoplasm. It controls the entry and exit of the substances as per the requirement of the cell. Sometimes some cells like plant cell, fungi and bacteria, they have an additional outer covering, and is that additional outer covering is known as cell wall. Cell wall helps in providing rigidity to the cell. It protects the cell against variations in the environment. It also gives definite shape, size and support to the cell. Next is about cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the portion of protoplasm inside the cell membrane and outside the nuclear membrane, and it is actually the ground substance for all the cell activities. It contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. Next is about the nucleus. Nucleus is a very important part of the cell. It controls all the activities of the cell, and the nucleus has a membrane known as nuclear membrane, and inside the nuclear membrane there is a protoplasm of the nucleus known as nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm has thin thread-like structures known as chromatin, and when the cell is ready to divide, these chromatins they condense and form thread-like structures known as chromosomes, and chromosomes are the structures responsible for the inheritance of characters by one generation from the earlier generations. So they contain genes. Next are the cell organelles. So first cell organelle is the plastid. Plastids are present only in plant cells. There are three types of plastids, that is chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. Chloroplast are green colored plastids, and they contain chlorophyll in them and help in the process of photosynthesis. So they help in the production or in the manufacture of food. Chromoplast gives color other than green to the plant. For example, fruits, vegetables, flowers, you might have seen they are of different colors. So the color which they have, if the color is other than green, then that is due to chromoplast. So they are responsible for imparting color other than green. Then leucoplast are also present. They are the colorless plastids, and they help in the storage of starch and proteins and oils. Next organ is mitochondria. So if we want to draw the mitochondria in the diagram, then it will draw it like this. Mitochondria, they can be rod shaped or spherical structures, and they help in the they are responsible for cellular respiration and for generation of energy. They are also known as powerhouse of the cell. Next are endoplasmic reticulum. So they are the network of membranes, and it provides channels for the transportation of materials. Endoplasmic reticulum are of two types, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulums, they have ribosomes studded on their surface, and that's why they are rough, and they help in the synthesis of proteins. Whereas smooth endoplasmic reticulum do not have ribosomes, and they help in the synthesis of fats. Next are Golgi complex. Golgi complex are sac-like structures stacked one above the another. They help in processing and packaging of food materials prepared by the cell. Vacuoles, they are the empty spaces in the cytoplasm, and they help in storage of excess of water and waste products. Then ribosomes are small tiny granules, and they help in protein synthesis. Cilia and flagella. So this is flagella and these are cilia. So cilia are numerous in number, whereas flagella are one or two in number, and they both help in locomotion and collection of food to the organism. So for flagella example is euglena, and for cilia example is paramecium. Next are levels of organization in an organism. So if we look at an organ levels of organization, we have cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms, and when similar cells group together to perform some specialized function, we call them tissue. Then tissues, they group together and perform some specific function, they are known as organ, like stomach, small intestine, large intestine, kidney, etc. The number of such organs, they work together to form a organ system, like digestive system, excretory system, respiratory system, and the different organ systems, they work together and they form a organism. So this is a level of organization in multicellular organisms. In unicellular organisms, all the functions are performed by the single cell. Then next is comparison between plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell, the major difference between plant cell and animal cell is that plant cells, they have cell wall. Plant cells have chloroplast. Okay. Animal cells do not have these two. Then plant cells, they have big large vacuole. Vacuole is bigger in size, whereas vacuoles are small in size in animal cell. Then plant cells, they have a regular shape, and animal cells, they have a irregular shape. Because they have cell wall, that's why their shape is फिक्स्ड और दे हैव अ रेगुलर शेप, और इनमें इरेगुलर शेप इसलिए होती है क्योंकि इनके पास सेल वॉल नहीं है. सो दीज आर द डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन प्लांट सेल एंड एनिमल सेल. सो ओके स्टूडेंट्स, रिवाइज योर चैप्टर. ओके, थैंक यू.